Hey guys, it's RebelQueen. Okay, I've got this for you, and I'm sorry it's a couple days late, but the day I went to see this movie, it was if you guys live here in the Texas area, you kind of understand. Friday we had those kind of rolling storms, so uh, I pretty much got caught in like one of the start when I went to see the movie. I got caught in one of the little rolling storms, and then when I was coming back, I got caught in the start of a storm, so it was kind of like not the time to try and sit down and do a review of this. And then Saturday was just too busy to try and sit down and do this, but anyway, uh, for some of you may or may not know, but we got for like limited release in some theaters, some not, and I don't know exactly how long they're going to be running it, but we got the Demon Slayer, or Kimetsu no Yaiba, if you want to go with the Japanese name, Mugen Train movie released in theaters this previous Friday on the 23rd, which I went and saw it. My plans were to go see the dubbed version at 4 o'clock, which was in the theater that I luckily live in a theater that is close to me, so I kind of got lucky in that regard. But like I said, for those of us here in Texas, we got some crappy weather. So after kind of taking a look at the weather and then seeing that there was an earlier time slot, but it was for the sub, and I don't mind subtitled. I mean, heck, half the time we're having to read subtitled anyway for a lot of the anime. So I was like, you know what? I don't mind. I'm going to go see this earlier time, which actually turned out to be a good thing. Otherwise, if I took that 4 o'clock, because like I said, when I was coming home, I got caught up in the start of another downpour. Oh, excuse me. I would have been caught driving in that longer than I would have been, because it had just started. That little downpour just started like right as I was like only maybe like 5 minutes away from home. So yeah. Anyway, for those of you who may or may not know, the Mugen Train movie follows a specific arc in the manga series. So it kind of correlates from where the anime series left off. So like if you remember watching from the anime series, they kind of they actually left off going like, oh, continue watching. We're going to continue this off in this movie. So, and then the movie itself was good, and if you have read the manga or you are reading the manga, um, I feel they did follow things in the manga pretty well, and the whole movie just was good in itself, and it does kind of follow from like where they left it, transitions from the series into the movie very well. Um, so since we kind of do know, they have been kind of hinting that they are going to do a second season for the series. This is a good. Yeah, there we go. Sorry, I just noticed from the camera I was a little bit in shadow there. So like I said, so they kind of have, like I said, they kind of have been hinting that they are going to do a second season for this series. So the transition from the the first season into this movie, going into the second season, depending on how they do this, is going to be very good, because one of my big questions is, considering we've seen this in like a lot of anime series films, like, oh, they'll do the movie based on this one manga arc, but then when they do the second season, they'll rehash the manga arc going into that season. So I'm kind of like, okay, so what was the point of doing this movie? So that's just kind of like one of my biggest questions, like, how are they going to do that, or are they just going to, like, since they've kind of set it up this way, are they going to go second season, movie, first season, movie, second season? Which is how I'm kind of hoping they do it, because it's like, that would just be really bad blocking on, since they covered everything so well in this movie. It would just be a waste to have to try and rehash everything in, like, I think it would take them basically like kind of how the Spider Family arc in the first season, it would basically take them, I think, maybe that many episodes, if not more. Which, considering in the second season, when they finally get to that point, that we actually get that second season, and there's going to be like a lot of other stuff going on, because I mean, after all, we finally have all the stuff going, considering I have sat down and thanks to manga sites, I have read the entire series. I know what is going to come up. Even though, since it has been a little while since I've read the entire series, so some of it's a little fuzzy. So don't ask me for anything. But it's like, okay. So I'm just kind of like, one of the biggest things I kind of like know is, of course, Tanjiro, of course, kind of finds out what is going on with the dance and then, of course, a lot of other stuff, but I'm not going to provide spoilers, because I'm like, as you guys remember, that is the one thing of our channel when we're doing like these reviews and stuff. We try to avoid spoilers as much as possible. But it was still, like I said, the movie, since I am a fan of the series, the movie was good. It, like I said, it transitioned from the first season into the movie very well. And kind of like other anime series where they like to change up the animation style between the main season and the movie. No, they did not do that. They kept everything the same. Thank God. and we got to see a little bit, as is one of the things from the Mugen train arc. We got to see a bit more of an interaction with Rengoku, the Flame Hashira, which he kind of has that big brother vibe. Which, ironically enough, he is a big brother, so, because he kind of like is going at Zenitsu, Tanjiro, and Inosuke, like, telling them, like, oh, you need to do blah blah blah. Like, he's just like an all-around good guy, so I, so it's like, so you can't help but like him. Though I will say this, the lower moon demon who was hoping that with his plan would get him to get more of Muzen's blood so that he might challenge one of the upper moons. Creepy little shit. I even thought that when I was reading the manga chapters pertaining to this particular arc. It's like, dear God, man. I'm like, because, okay, this is a little bit of a spoiler because I can't really explain why he's a creepy little shit without giving this little spoiler. Basically, his ability is that, he puts people into like a dreamlike state where they're reliving their, where they're basically like in a happy little dream. And then he'll basically after he rips them away from their happy dream into like a despair filled dream, he likes seeing their faces before he kills them. Now you see why I call him a creepy little shit. Meanwhile, he basically looks like a 12-year-old kid, 12 or so, with a little page boy haircut. And then so basically that is also kind of like one of the main points of the, if you've watched the trailers for this, you actually see Tanjiro reuniting with the family that was killed. Yeah, that's a dream. He basically gets the Tanjiro, Zenitsu, Inosuke, and Rengoku caught in dreams as he's trying to kill them. Because he has, basically, as he puts it, he gets humans that are desperate to be in good dreams, and he's like, okay, you do this for me, I'll put you in a happy dream. Or, okay, I'm warning, this is a little spoiler for this conductor dude who is in the movie. He clips the tickets for him, which is how the demon dude starts his blood art. Apparently he had a wife and daughter who died. Well, after he's like, okay, I did it. I clipped their tickets. Now put me in my dream so I can see my dead wife and daughter. That's basically how he manipulates people to do his dirty work. And how he kind of manipulates the 4 other people to go into the dreams of the Slayers to try and smash what he calls their spiritual core, so that they'll be severely weakened. It's not really totally explained. Well, yes, it is, but it's kind of like a very loose explanation because it's kind of like a magical spiritual thing. So while 3 of the kids are like, yeah, we're gung-ho about doing it, but these are the kids that were in Rengoku, Zenitsu, and Inosuke's dreams. Now, the one kid who got put in Tanjiro, well, after seeing Tanjiro's landscape that his spiritual core was in, and the fact that, oh, these little wisps that were in his landscape actually led him to Tanjiro's core, and he was like, you led me to it just because I was looking for it? He was like, no, I can't do this. But yeah, he basically, like, again, this is why I kind of call him a creepy little fucker. And trust me, it kind of gets worse as the whole arc slash movie goes on. Um, like I said, it was a. No, sorry, something on my phone. It was a good movie, and like I said, it followed things going pretty well. So, like I said, I'm once we finally do ever get that second season for Demon Slayer, I'm kind of interested to see like how they'll follow things going on from that. Like, like I said, I hope they'll just kind of go immediately from the movie into the next stage instead of rehashing things. Because unlike how some other series will do stuff, because like I said, this will take like probably like I said, the Spider Family stuff, and take probably about that many episodes, if not more. And the with what's coming up in the Demon Slayer stuff after the Mugen Train stuff, we'll need all the episodes we can get to cover everything until they go, okay, this is the block episodes we got. We need to use it to cover up until this stuff. As I said, since I am a fan of the series, without trying to be too biased, um, 8.59 uh, is the rating I'd give it. Because, I mean, obviously there's things from the manga that they had to change up because obviously you can't keep everything the same, but off the top of my head I can't think of like I said, it's been so long since I've read the stuff, I can't remember everything, so there's probably like points in there that if I go back and reread those specific chapters dealing with this arc, I'm probably going to go, really? You took that part out? Or, oh, you changed that up? It's like, you really should have kept that the same. So, but other than that, the movie was really good. And it really does flow, like I said, it really does flow well from going from the first season into this. So I hope if and when we finally do get that second season, it continues that flow. And otherwise, that'll be a big misstep on their part. Uh, thing, I know we haven't, I know Albion probably hasn't been streaming too much lately. We're sorry about that. Apparently, Albion had some internet issues, but also, unless it's probably me and him doing something like, our, review sessions here in the near future for like movies or something, you may not see him doing any streaming or our stuff here in the near future for a little while. uh, it's not my news to share, but we got some good news for on Albion's side of things concerning a certain situation that Albion has been dealing with for a long time. So because of that, he's gonna have to double down on books for a little while. Apparently people have not been getting their second COVID shots. Guys, unless it's that Johnson and Johnson one, which has been halted temporarily because of that 1 in a million thing, you need to get the second shot. Because the first one only gives you partial stuff. You need to get your second shot. I mean, I got my second shot here this last week. That the day after, I had pretty much an all-day headache, but they do give you warnings that you're going to be experiencing these symptoms. And I mean, even when you get your other vaccines, sometimes you're going to have like even when you get other vaccinations, sometimes you end up having symptoms that are going to be close to, if not the actual whatever you're getting the vaccine itself. So I don't see why you guys are not getting it. I mean, I can understand if maybe the place you're getting the vaccine at is out of what you first got your dose of, but not just showing up and getting your second dose. Nuh-uh. I mean, people, we've been dealing with this whole COVID situation for pretty much close to 2 years now. Actually, it has been 2 years now. You need to, now that we have these vaccines, we need to get up and get them. Otherwise, we won't be able to say, hey, we can now all walk around without masks. I mean, yes, I know some places are going, oh, you can walk around without masks now, but it's like, excuse me? We still have a high rise of COVID cases. You're being an idiot by lifting mask mandates. But granted, that doesn't mean the stores are lifting their mask mandates, but that's a different story. Anyway, that's basically it, and I hope you guys are doing. Aside from that, I hope you guys are doing well. We'll try to get more videos out to you soon. It just kind of depends on what all happens. So, this is RebelQueen again. This is RebelQueen. Talk to you later, guys.